Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English World Channel, your English learning channel. I'm Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, and hello to everyone listening. It feels good to be back again. I like starting this way. Slow, quiet, comfortable.
Yeah, me too. I really enjoy these gentle beginnings. No pressure to rush, no need to sound perfect, just being here together.
Exactly. It feels like sitting near a window on a calm evening. Nothing urgent, nothing loud. Just time moving slowly.
I like that image, and I hope our listeners feel something similar wherever they are right now, whatever they're doing.
Some people might be at home. Some might be on a bus or train. Some might be taking a short break at work.
And all of that is okay. You don't need to stop what you're doing. You don't need to focus too hard. Just listening quietly is already enough. That's already learning.
So, Sarah, how are you feeling today?
Let me think. I feel calm, a little reflective, not tired, not excited, just thoughtful today.
That sounds peaceful. Those kinds of days feel gentle.
Yeah, they do. And how about you?
I feel relaxed and a little curious, like I want to look back and think about things.
That's interesting. Looking back can feel nice sometimes.
Yes, especially when you don't judge yourself, when you just notice experiences.
That actually connects nicely to what we're talking about today.
It does. After our first few minutes, we'll gently move into today's topic.
And we won't rush it. We'll let it appear naturally.
Exactly. Because today we're talking about how English sounds when we talk about our experiences.
Things we've done, places we've been, moments we've lived through.
Not as lessons, not as grammar rules, just as real conversation.
And the tense that lives in those moments is called the present perfect.
It sounds like a big name, but it's actually very human.
We use it when we talk about life, about experiences, about things that connect the past to now.
Like when you say, "I've been busy lately," or "I've never tried that before."
Those sentences feel natural. We use them without thinking.
And that's what we want today. To hear English the way it's really used.
No pressure to remember rules, no pressure to repeat sentences.
Just listening and feeling how the language flows.
Because when English feels natural, confidence slowly grows.
And that's our goal. To make English feel lighter and more familiar.
So let's stay calm, let's stay slow, and let's continue together.
Gently, naturally, one moment at a time.
So, David, now that we've settled in a little, I want to stay with this feeling of looking back gently, not judging, just noticing.
Yeah, that feels important. Because when we talk about the past, people often feel pressure.
Exactly. They think they need details, dates, times, perfect sentences.
But most of the time, that's not how real conversations work.
Right. Usually, we just talk about experiences, things that happened at some point, without saying when exactly.
Like when someone asks, "Have you ever traveled alone?"
Yes, that's a perfect example. They're not asking when, they're asking about your life experience.
And you might answer, "Yes, I've traveled alone a few times," or "No, I haven't done that yet."
Those answers feel very natural, very human, no grammar thinking.
You're just sharing your story.
I think that's what many learners miss. They think English is about time rules, but it's really about meaning.
Yeah, about what you want to say, not how perfect it sounds.
When we use the present perfect, we're often connecting past experiences to how we feel now.
Like saying, I've learned a lot from that job.
Yes, that sentence doesn't focus on the job itself. It focuses on the result now.
You're saying, that experience is part of me now.
Exactly. Or when someone says, I've been really busy lately.
They're not listing every task, they're sharing how life feels now.
And we hear this kind of English all the time.
At work, with friends, while traveling.
For example, you meet someone new at work, and they ask, how are you finding the job so far?
And you might say, I've enjoyed it, or I haven't felt comfortable yet.
Those sentences feel honest and simple and real.
And that's why the present perfect is so powerful.
It allows you to talk about life without pressure.
Without details, without timelines, without stress.
Another moment we hear it a lot is when people talk about change.
Like, I've changed a lot over the years.
Yes, that sentence carries emotion, growth, reflection.
It's not about one moment, it's about a journey.
And journeys are rarely clear or neat. They're just lived.
I like that, because it makes English feel softer.
Me too. It feels more forgiving.
And for learners, that can be very comforting.
Because you don't need perfect memory. You don't need perfect words.
You just need to share what you've experienced.
And sometimes what you haven't experienced yet.
Like saying, I've never tried that before.
That sentence is so common and it's so useful.
It shows curiosity, openness, honesty.
And no one expects more explanation unless you want to give it.
So the present perfect gives you space.
Space to speak, space to pause, space to be yourself.
And that's what we want for everyone listening.
English that feels safe, not scary.
English that feels like conversation, not a test.
And if you're listening right now and thinking, oh, I've heard these sentences before,
That's good. That means you already know more than you think.
you've been using English, even without realizing it.
And today, we're just noticing it together.
Slowly, calmly, without pressure.
And we'll keep going, one moment at a time.
Let's continue. David, as we keep talking, I notice something interesting. When people talk about daily life, they often mix the past and the present without even realizing it.
Yeah, that's very true, especially at work.
Exactly. At work, people rarely say everything step by step. They talk about what has already happened and how it affects now.
Like when a colleague says, I've finished the report.
Yes, that sentence is simple, but it carries meaning. The work is done, and now we can move forward.
Or when someone says, I haven't heard back yet.
That's a good one. It shows waiting, uncertainty, something still open.
And it feels very real, very common.
We hear that kind of English in offices, in emails, in meetings.
And learners often think, oh, this sounds difficult.
But actually, it's how people speak naturally when they talk about progress.
Not the exact time, just the situation now.
Right. When someone says, I've worked here for 5 years,
They're not talking about one day, they're talking about their journey.
they're saying, this experience is part of who I am now.
And that feels personal, not technical.
The same thing happens when we travel.
Oh, yes. Travel brings out the present perfect a lot.
Like when someone asks, have you been to London before?
That question is very open, very gentle.
It's not checking your memory. It's inviting a story.
And you can answer simply, yes, I've been there once, or no, I haven't been there yet.
Both answers feel complete. You don't need more.
Unless you want to share more.
Exactly. And that choice matters.
Because speaking English should feel like choice, not pressure.
I think that's why this tense is so important for confidence.
Yeah, Because it allows you to stay vague.
And vague is okay in conversation.
Very okay. Sometimes even preferred.
Another place we hear it a lot is when people talk about learning.
Oh yes, that's a big one.
People say things like, I've learned a lot this year.
Or, I haven't practiced enough.
Those sentences are honest and kind.
They don't judge, they just describe.
And that's something learners need to hear.
You don't need to sound perfect, you just need to sound real.
And the present perfect helps with that.
Because it connects past effort to the present moment.
It says, this is where I am now.
Not, this is what I did on Tuesday.
Exactly. Dates disappear, feelings stay.
And feelings are what people remember.
When someone says, I've been really busy lately,
You understand them immediately.
you don't ask when exactly, you just feel it.
You relate.
And that's communication.
Not grammar, not rules, connection.
So when learners ask, when do I use the present perfect?
I always want to say, when you want to sound human.
That's a nice way to put it.
Because it shows life as ongoing, not finished, not frozen.
And life is always ongoing.
Always changing, always moving.
So the English we use needs to move with it.
And that's what we're doing here, letting English move.
Through work, through travel, through daily life.
Without stopping it, without correcting it too much.
Just noticing how it feels.
And if you're listening right now and some of these sentences feel familiar,
That's a good sign. It means you're already closer than you think.
you've heard them, you've felt them.
Now you're just becoming aware of them.
And awareness is the first step.
We'll keep going slowly. No rush.
Because English isn't a race.
It's a conversation.
And conversations take time.
Let's continue gently. David, there's another place where I hear this tense a lot, and it's not work, and it's not travel.
Let me guess. Feelings?
Yes, exactly. Feelings and personal experiences.
That makes sense. People often talk about feelings as something that has grown over time.
Right. They don't start at one moment and end at another. They slowly build.
Like when someone says, I've felt more confident lately.
That sentence feels gentle and honest. It doesn't force a timeline.
It just describes a change.
And learners often say, I'm scared to speak English.
Yes, I hear that a lot.
But then sometimes they say, I've been scared to speak English.
That small change feels very different.
It does, because it sounds like awareness, like reflection.
It sounds like, I see this feeling, not, I am trapped in it.
Exactly. And that's powerful.
The present perfect lets people talk about fear without being stuck in it.
They can say, I've struggled with pronunciation.
That doesn't mean they still are, it just means it has been part of the journey.
And journeys are allowed to be messy.
Very messy sometimes.
Yes, very true.
Another sentence I hear a lot is, I've tried to practice more.
That one feels hopeful.
It shows effort, even if results aren't perfect.
And that's important for confidence.
Because confidence doesn't come from being correct, it comes from trying.
When someone says, I've made mistakes,
I don't hear failure.
neither do I. I hear experience.
I hear learning.
And the present perfect lets people own that experience without shame.
It says, this is part of my story.
Not, this is my weakness.
Exactly.
I think that's why this tense feels so supportive.
It gives space. It doesn't judge.
It allows sentences like, I've never spoken to a native speaker.
That sentence doesn't sound bad, it just sounds honest.
And honesty makes communication easier.
Because when you're honest, you stop pretending.
And pretending is exhausting.
Very exhausting.
Another example I hear often is, I've tried to practice more, but I forget them sometimes.
That sounds like real learning.
Yes, not a textbook, not a test, real life.
And people usually respond kindly to that.
Because everyone understands that feeling.
Even native speakers forget words.
All the time.
All the time.
So when learners use the present perfect, they're not just using grammar.
They're sharing experience.
They're saying, this is where I am right now.
And that's enough.
They don't need to prove anything.
They don't need to explain everything.
Just sharing is enough.
And when learners realize that, something shifts.
They stop asking, is this correct? And start asking, does this express what I feel?
That's a big change.
A very healthy one. Because language exists to express life, not to impress others.
And the present perfect does that beautifully.
It connects the past to the present moment.
Without pressure, without exact dates, without stress.
Just experience, just feeling, just being human.
If you're listening right now and you feel unsure,
Maybe you can say to yourself, I've been learning.
that sentence alone can feel comforting.
Because it reminds you that learning is happening, even quietly.
Even slowly.
And slow learning is still learning.
Sometimes it's the best kind.
Let's keep that feeling with us as we move forward.
Gently, naturally.
We'll continue. As we come closer to the end, I keep thinking about something simple.
What's that?
How much pressure people put on themselves when they learn English.
Yes, I've noticed that too. People expect fast results.
And they expect themselves to sound confident very quickly.
But confidence usually comes after experience.
Exactly. And experience takes time.
That's why the present perfect feels like the right tense to end with.
Because it doesn't rush anyone.
It doesn't say, you should be fluent by now.
It just says, this is what has happened so far.
And that feels fair.
When someone says, I've practiced listening,
That already matters.
when someone says, I've watched English videos,
That matters too.
even, I tried to speak, but I felt nervous,
That still counts.
because trying is part of learning.
And the present perfect lets people acknowledge that.
It allows sentences like, I've improved a little.
That sentence feels honest.
It doesn't exaggerate. It doesn't minimize.
It just accepts reality.
And acceptance is powerful.
Because when you accept where you are, you can move forward more calmly.
I think many learners forget how far they've come.
Yes, they only see what they can't do yet.
But if they pause and think, I've learned new sounds,
Or, I've understood more conversations,
they might feel proud, even a little.
and they should.
Learning a language is not easy,
It takes patience and courage.
especially the courage to keep going,
The present perfect helps people see their journey,
not just the destination.
and that changes how learning feels.
It becomes softer, kinder.
More human.
If you're listening right now, maybe you can quietly say to yourself,
I've started.
or I've kept going.
Or even, I've not given up.
Those sentences are enough.
They don't need proof.
They don't need comparison.
They just need honesty.
And honesty builds confidence more than perfection ever will.
I really believe that.
Me too.
So today, we didn't teach rules.
We didn't correct mistakes.
We just talked about experience.
About learning as a process.
And about being gentle with yourself.
If this conversation felt calm,
That's exactly what we hoped for.
you don't need to remember sentences.
You don't need to memorize tense names.
Just remember this feeling,
That learning can be slow.
and still meaningful.
And that you're not behind.
You're simply on your path.
And you've already taken steps on it.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
For listening. For staying. for learning in your own way,
We'll be here again.
talking calmly, sharing gently.
Until then, take care of yourself.
And remember, you've already begun.
Bye for now.
See you next time.